GYNAGAURD, feminine hygiene mastered.
When it comes to personal feminine hygiene, there's no need to be ashamed, especially when it comes to conversations like these, where you are free to learn all about your body. Now, there are also experts that are like helping hands to give us all the information that we need. So joining us in studio to discuss feminine hygiene and keeping it clean is gynecologist and obstetrician, Dr. Rahel Carter, and welcome to The Loft.
Thank you.
Now, this conversation is just something that I think a lot of people shy away from, but you're actually encouraging us to get all the information that we need. So I want to kind of kick off by breaking down, number one, what is personal feminine hygiene and why is it so important?
So personal feminine hygiene is cleanliness of specifically the female body parts, the intimate parts or the private parts. It's important to prevent infections and for overall body health.
Something that we hear time and time again is that at the end of the day, a vagina can have odors, and there are some feminine hygiene products that can kind of help in that. What causes bad odor, I suppose, in the area?
One of the myths is that having a vaginal odor is a sign of a sexually transmitted infection, which really is not necessarily. Most of the odor, or majority of the time, actually comes from the inner folds of the vagina and the thighs. Just like your digestive tract has good-for-you bacteria, the lining and the skin around the vagina and inside also has their own good bacteria, which produce an acid which keeps the environment optimal to what it should have with the good bacteria. When this pH balance, which is the acidity or the alkalinity of the vagina, is upset, then we get overgrowth of the bacteria, which can also sometimes lead to the odor.
We see products like GYNAGAURD also being able to help in certain ways when it comes to that personal feminine hygiene. I want to find out from you, when it comes to cleansing the vaginal area, should we be looking at soap-free products and fragrance-free products?
So it's also important to note, and we stress this with all patients, is that the vagina is a self-cleansing organ. It has its own bacteria to clean itself. So we should avoid harsh cleansers and harsh soaps. Yes, using something that is pH neutral, any soap that is pH neutral or cleansers will definitely aid in maintaining the normal flora in the vagina.
And finally, doctor, at the end of the day, we all have our own personal care routines that we kind of practice on a daily basis. There are certain things, though, that you have definitely said, stay away from, and other things that you're saying, lean more towards. When it does come to this personal care routine, what should we be keeping in mind?
Okay. It's a good habit to use water and to wipe from front to back so that the back passage organisms don't contaminate the front, because that can lead to bladder infections, which definitely need antibiotics. When you're in a menstrual cycle, let's change the tampons and the pads frequently. Let's avoid tight, constricting underwear, all the fancy underwear, and use cotton underwear because it's more breathable and it absorbs moisture. Let's maintain a good body weight. Like we said, most of the smell comes from the thighs and thighs rubbing together and the sweating. So there's yogurts with live cultures, which have good-for-you bacteria, which also promote vaginal health. When it comes to your body, they always say you are what you eat. When it comes to your vagina, you are what you drink. So sugary drinks and dehydration can definitely affect the flora and the pH of the vagina. So let's stay well hydrated, and let's keep it clean and dry and confident.
You've broken this down in such a simple way, and you've made us all understand. And I think that now we are quite armed with our personal care. Thank you. Now, with feminine hygiene already mastered, it makes it that much easier to maintain your personal feminine hygiene.
GYNAGAURD, feminine hygiene mastered.
Stand a chance to win a GYNAGAURD hamper to the value of 1,000 Rand weekly. Simply reply with your #1 tip on how you maintain vaginal health by replying to the competition post on the Afternoon Express Facebook or Twitter page. Don't forget to include the hashtag GYNAGAURD and the hashtag feminine hygiene. The competition closes on the 22nd of September. T's and C's do apply and can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.